Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I am so excited to have on a 37-year-old from Cardiff, Wales. His hockey journey has taken him to the USA, and he is a legend in England with the Nottingham Panthers, and in Wales with the Cardiff Devils, and with all of Great Britain with Team GB. And the Shed, where in 3 games played, has scored 2,287 goals, plays, or lessons. But what him and his GB teammates have accomplished over the years should be a Disney movie, and he has been in the EIHL since pre-puberty and won more trophies than anyone ever. And he's done so by being one of the most consistent and gritty players and best teammates to ever lace them up. We are now, well, you pulled me over, what did I say? Lace them up. We are now out of the shed and into the camper van, and ready to celebrate one of the greatest careers in British ice hockey history that isn't over yet. Tomorrow night at Ice Arena Wales. Get your tickets, and I can't wait. Welcome to the camper van, Matthew Myers.
Good morning.
How are you? You're finally here, eh? We're talking in person.
No, you're finally here.
This is the first ever, folks, face-to-face interview on Two Ales and Hockey Tales, and I am out of my element. I am out of the shed, and I am in Wales.
This is Two Ales Hockey Tales on the road.
Yes. Wally's Welsh Vacation 2022. Cheers, buddy. So I get into how we know each other. This fantastic fella here just let me come over for his big testimonial, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow night is finally here after probably 2.5 years of waiting. Yeah.
Now you're not even on the same team.
No, I know.
But folks, we played together 2014-15. You may know that by the last 3 episodes he's been on. One was a group chat, and we're going to see all those guys except for Carl. You're on with Carl, Piglet, Richie, and Batchy. Yeah. They're all there tomorrow.
They're all
Can't wait. Okay, what else do I got? Yeah, I flew over yesterday.
Yeah, 25 hours, folks, on the road.
We're here,
straight into drinking beers.
And we made a trophy for tomorrow night that I plan on winning.
Yeah, that'll be on the social media in a few hours' time. We just gotta put the finishing touches on, hey Wally?
Yeah.
I think we got Deuce coming in to help out on that.
Deuce?
For the final touches on.
Speaking of deuces, I have a funny story. Were you on the team when we flew to Belfast and there was only one toilet on the plane?
Nah, no. Well, maybe.
Pigs remembers this story.
Oh, yeah?
Because I walked up and the whole plane sees someone go to the toilet, right? And I had to go. Nature called. So I went. And then all the boys realized how long I was in the toilet. And on my walk back to the seat, all the boys were having a giggle. And then 2 little kids went into the toilet after me, and the boys all started chirping me. Yeah, plane dumps. Not allowed, folks. Not in a team sport. Not on a short flight like that. Okay. Anyways, 2014-15, Matthew Myers here was my centerman. Turned my whole season around once they put us together. But I just saw you re-signed for Nottingham, eh?
Yep. Back in Nottingham next year. Yeah,
so it's not over yet, eh?
Not over yet. No. Not over yet.
And you know what the research team found, folks? Last season was the most points Matthew scored since 2012-13.
Yeah.
Like a fine wine.
Getting better with age.
That's right. So who's the coach there?
You can see my grey beard in this video. That's not good.
Is Deuce still with Nottingham?
No, Deuce is not with Nottingham anymore. We've got a new coach and new chief executive. Gary Graham is the coach, and Omar Pasha is the chief exec. So yeah, 2 new guys in Nottingham now, and I think so far they're enjoying it, doing a good job. We've spoken to both of them a few times, so yeah.
Gary Graham, is he American, Canadian, British?
Gary, I'm not sure. He's North American for sure, but I'm not sure if he's American or Canadian.
Okay, those are just fine details. But yeah, last time Matthew was on was episode 150 when we announced he was having this testimonial. We kept it a secret that I'm here, but you got a lot of fellas coming, eh?
Yeah, we got again with not being on the team, it's crazy. So we don't have the team which would be normally, if I was in Cardiff, we'd have the Cardiff current team, and then I'd bring in some guys. But this time we don't have that, so we got maybe 35, 40 guys coming in.
So it was planned to be the same season that I went over for Wally Night, which was 2019-20.
Yeah, 2019-20. So it was going to be in the summer of 2020 at the end of that season. But of course, COVID hit in March 20, I think March 2020, and shut the whole world down, not just the Testimonial. But I mean, you know, COVID was a huge issue for everybody. So it's just good that we finally got around to doing it. So
well, and the other thing is, they say, folks, things happen for a reason. I wouldn't have been coming if it was happening in 2020. I'd just been here, right?
That's right. Yeah, true.
Okay. So where and what are you doing now?
That is a good. If anybody watches this on TV, this is my house. I'm gonna get up here, Wally. I'm gonna show them my office.
Yes, please do.
You can see my office.
Folks, this will be up on YouTube for all the people that listen.
This
just
is
the
also
audio.
my bed. Here,
some people would call that the workshop.
The workbench. Here is my office. Here is my stove. This is my house. This is my life right now.
And it's on wheels, folks. It can move.
Living in the camper van, living a dream.
It is incredible.
On my sister's driveway.
And folks, we got the tour yesterday. Matthew, he is not just a hockey player, talented fella. He did all this himself, right?
Well, no, not all myself. With the help of Jonathan Phillips.
Shed guy.
Yeah, with the help of my wife.
Jonathan Phillips helped you this?
Yeah. We built most of this during the Elite Series, a little mini series when I played in Sheffield. We built most of this then.
Because you were like in a bubble and you couldn't do
exactly.
It,
right? So me and John, we used to go park on his driveway. After practice, we'd go and we'd fit this. So we did loads of this work while I was playing in Sheffield with John. Nairi obviously helped out. And we had Simon Hunt, who's a former Nottingham Panthers player. He finished off all the little minor bits and pieces and all the wiring and stuff. So he got the system working for us to make it operational right now, which is
if you awesome. Guys can't see it, folks, it's literally a full functioning house in a van now.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It is really cool. Cool. So you're gonna be taking this to Nottingham?
We're taking it to Nottingham, and we'll be taking it on the road, lots of places, hopefully.
So outside of this, though, you have had to probably do a lot of organizing to make tomorrow happen.
Yeah, of course, like every guy, I guess. And I didn't really appreciate how much work goes into organizing, you know, a single match night. And, you know, Todd and the office staff do it on a weekly basis. And, you know, all of the teams around the league do it on a weekly basis. So they're, you know, completely au fait with what goes on. But it's a lot of work. And, you know,
well, you're not just bringing one team in, you're bringing four. Well, 35 players,
yeah,
right?
4 teams, but really 2 teams, two rosters, but split into 4. So yeah, it's been some work. I tell you, I'll be glad to see tomorrow when everybody's there and everybody's having a good time.
Well, it reminds me, folks, this is the longest break the Shed's ever had with how busy I've been. But last weekend I had my golf tournament. It was a huge success. We only had one guy act like a complete donkey, and you shouldn't have. You got to be better than that, but. Everything went great, perfect weather. And I know what you mean by planning stuff, planning that day with all the golfers. And then it finally happens. It's all going to happen really fast for you. Because that day for me it all happened so fast. Trying to say hello to everybody, trying to, you know, greet everybody that makes the time to be there, right? I'm sure there's going to mean a lot to you. Like my golf tournament.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, you had 70 guys come in for the golf tournament. We got 40, which I thought was a lot. 70 is insane. But yeah, it's gonna be hectic tomorrow, but it's gonna be fun.
But it's not just about the players. Like you've got you've sold almost 2,000 tickets now. Right?
Yeah, a couple of hundred seats short of 2,000. So it'd be nice to get up to 2,000, and
that's a lot.
It'd be nice to get over 2,000, as many as we can. I mean,
I think we should get as many as we can in there because, folks, I know this is probably the last time I'm ever playing hockey because I'm not even sure how it's gonna go for me. Right now, leading the way for odds of injury are popping my knee, back spasms, and probably a heart attack.
Yeah.
But I plan on running a muck still. Something's going to go. Either I'm going to score or I'm going to get injured. Right?
I hope it's the first one. I hope it's the first one.
So anyways, yeah, I can't wait to be there. And since I've been back in Wales, there's been a couple things pop up in my head I want to talk about.
What you doing?
Want a cuppa.
Want a cuppa.
I've heard this a few times now, folks. Want a cuppa.
When he arrived, I know I'm speaking to the camera, but folks, when he arrived yesterday at the house, I said to him, you know, do you want a cuppa? He said, what's that? I said, a tea or a coffee. He's like, oh yeah, I've forgotten about that. And then he asked me, where's the bathroom? I said, the loo's right there. Yeah.
A cuppa. I was like, okay, I want a cuppa, like filled with what? I didn't realize that you still got to choose. But you just say yes. You don't even say which one.
No. Typically, if you're asking somebody, you know what they drink. Like Nairi always drinks coffee in the morning, so I said, do you want a cuppa? I know she wants a coffee.
Okay, so you got to know the personal preference.
Yeah. But then if you don't, like you, I just said, you want a cup of, yeah, what do you want, tea, coffee? You made a decision.
Next thing, end of the conversations. I heard it on the way, which also picking me up at the airport, 2 shed guys, Lee Young picked me up, drove me to Swindon, met Dean Smith. I can't thank those 2 enough. Made my day so much better. Than sitting on a bus by myself, picking my toes or whatever I would have been doing. I got to sit with them. It was like sitting there doing a podcast. It made my day way better, and I can't thank you 2 enough. So thank you. Don't know where I was going with that, but it was awesome. Oh, Dean was getting phone calls from work on the way back, even though he had taken a half day for me. Thanks, big guy. But at the end of every conversation, he'd say, "Ta-da, ta-da, 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 ta-da." Well, folks, I'm putting that in my arsenal. Ta-da. Anyways, so my team tomorrow. I'm a new wave devil. It feels like I shouldn't be a new wave when I'm this old and haven't played in so long.
You are, though.
I am.
You are for me.
So some of these guys on this team, folks, and it makes sense. I started when Todd and the new regime took over, right? That's how you did it.
Yeah.
So some of the guys on our team about to go meet Hendo's kids after this, right?
Yeah.
He probably hasn't sweat that much on the ice in a while, probably, eh?
I don't know. He's on the ice a lot, isn't he?
That's true. I don't think he sweats, though. I think he just gets the kids to do stuff.
True.
Okay, yeah. Piglet, episode 1, first ever 2 Ales and Hockey Tales guest.
Higgins. Was he the first guest?
He was.
Yeah.
And he flew from what? Switzerland for this.
Yeah. Higgins came in from Switzerland, which is very kind of him.
Like, for all the effort, like, when I say I had 75 golfers or whatever, you have all these players coming, but you also have hopefully at least 2,000 fans coming to support your career.
I mean, that'll be awesome if we can get 2,000. I mean, like I say, the more the better. I wanted everybody to have a good night, and the atmosphere is great in that building when it's sold out. So if we could have that, and how they have the red outs, that would be class. So fingers crossed. And with the fans we have already, it's still going to be a good event. But if we could get more, it'd be amazing.
Well, absolutely. And realistically, the rosters, I've seen them all. Some of the names that are coming out, folks, realistically, the only way the shed works, and now the camper van, is that the fans in the UK are so passionate about the players that play here. That's the only way it works. That's the only way we get listeners. Some of these names that are coming are absolute legends of British ice hockey. You mentioned Jono. He's going to be there. Ben Bounds, him and his tramp stamp. Yeah. Well, Mark Richardson, the captain of the Cardiff Devils, right?
The Cardiff Devils, he wouldn't miss it.
The perfect human.
I played with Richie on 3 out of 4 of these teams. Well, basically all of the teams: Cardiff, Nottingham, and GB. So it's awesome to have.
So how does that work then? When I play Nottingham or GB, is he going to be trying to block my shots?
He might be, actually. Yeah.
Don't go down on one knee, Richie. I know your plays.
Yeah.
I'm playing to win tomorrow. Don't go down. I'm shooting a score. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Jake Morissette, never been to this shed yet, but I think he's the winningest captain ever.
Yeah, he is the winningest captain for Cardiff, yeah. So
probably win another trophy tomorrow, eh, Mo?
I don't know if Mo's been on the ice for a while.
Yeah.
But yes, like I said, we've got some wicked guys coming back to play, and Hendy, like you said, so it's going to be class.
If I know Mo, he's still in shape, and he's going to be buzzing around.
Right? Oh yeah.
The Retro Devils. So this is another team we're going to play, eh?
Yeah. So the Retro Devils are the team that kind of inspired me to play, when I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, there's actually guys that I played with there, prior to Todd Kalman taking over and sort of the new sort of era of the Devils. But essentially, these are guys who were, a long time ago, and basically lots of these guys, or some of these guys, inspired me to play, and that's where I am now.
Well, one of them just came in the shed, and I think he may have been the most interesting person I have ever talked with. Max Beerbreyer.
Yeah, what a story.
Unbelievable. And what a fantastic guy. I can't wait to meet you in person, Max. And the goalie, your brother, Joseph Myers.
Yeah.
We saw him topless yesterday, folks. Jacked. I've never seen a goalie so jacked, so I bet she's not going to stop that many pucks, eh?
That's true, isn't it?
Goalies aren't supposed to be that jacked.
No, the goalies that are in shape are not the best.
No, not that jacked.
Joseph again hasn't been on the ice for probably 8 years. 8 years. But yeah, obviously, unfortunately for me and Joseph, we never played together that much during our senior careers. We played as juniors together, but not as adults. So you know, that's probably one of my biggest disappointments in my career, not to have played more with Joe. But look, it is what it is, and tomorrow we'll share the ice again, which will, you know, be the last time most likely.
Yeah, for sure. I never had a brother. I know I've had guys on that get to play with a brother through pro. It must be so special for those guys. So Jono's on that team. I always think of him as a Steeler.
Well, he's been in Sheffield for probably 15 years now, but essentially me and John grew up through the junior development system and played in the early years, you know, before, like I said, before the new sort of ownership group took over.
And he left for the Steelers long before that, right?
Yeah, maybe 2003-4 when I left for Nottingham the first time. He went to Sheffield, maybe the year after me, maybe 4-5. And he's not returned. He's been up there ever since.
Yeah, and he's been the identity of that team, I would say. Okay, next guy. Money's on it that he'll be the worst player on the ice tomorrow. Dees. There's definitely odds of his knee going before mine tomorrow, folks.
I can't. He messaged me the other day saying, "What color shirts am I wearing so I can match my helmet with the shirt?" So I can't wait what he's going to store for us.
I can't either. The other guy, I've actually never seen this guy play hockey, but I gave him his player review on his episode. Franny.
Neil Francis.
Bet you he's going to be running around like a chicken with his head cut off, probably mucking it up. I'll spear you right in the nuts, Franny, if you get too carried away, right?
Yeah, no. Again, like some of these guys from the retro team have not played. Franny was on the ice a lot last season, being the assistant coach, so he's back out there. And
that's a whole different thing, though, right?
But at least he's been on the ice.
Yes.
Before that, he wouldn't have been on the ice. So, but I think Franny's looking forward to it, and I think lots of the guys are really looking forward to it.
I know I am. The only skating I've done was coaching under 11 kids, and just playing keep away in the middle, I'd be really sweating. So I'm a little nervous, but I can't wait. Anyways, next guy on that Retro Devils. He was on the team again last year, but I never played with him. Ben Davies.
Benny Davies, yeah. I mean, I could have put Ben on lots of teams. I think Ben's on the GB team and the Retro team. He could have been on the current team as well, but for numbers, I needed to put into the Retro team. But again, you know, grew up with Ben sort of through the junior development system and never really played with him in the juniors, only in the seniors because we had got a little bit of an age gap. But so, you know, another guy who's played a lot of games with me.
I think he was with Brayhead when I was in the league, and I was a big fan of him. I thought he was one of the best Brits in the league.
Yeah, he's a really good player. Probably scored the biggest goal in British ice hockey ever.
That was the OT one, right?
OT winner against France. So, you know, there's probably the most special moment for all of us British players too. Well, I mean, there's two. The initial getting up there in Hungary, of course, when Farms scored to tie the game, but
that was with like 7 seconds left, right?
Some 15 seconds, something like that. And then, of course, the next season, everybody expected us to get pumped, which largely we did, you know, Canada, US, whatever. But Ben Ben and John are actually, you know, they make a huge play in overtime and keep us up in the top group. And, you know, like I say, it's probably the biggest goal in British history.
And folks, what's weird to me is we talk about he's a British legend with that big goal in overtime. Matthew Myers has been the cog of the team with Jono and Richie and Bouncy and the boys. But Ben lives right around the corner. Yeah. So does your brother.
Yeah.
Quite the little hockey hotbed in this community, folks.
Yeah, right? We got three guys on the streets. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, a nice little community around here by the camper van. Okay, the Nottingham Panthers team. I don't even know what to say about these guys. I'm going to be working hard to win this game. But Corey Nielsen.
Back on the ice.
He always had a game face behind the bench. That's what I remember about him.
Still does.
All the time.
All the time.
Like a resting bitch face.
Always that serious. But he's
a gamer, right?
Yeah, he's chilled out a lot now. You know, but he's still, you know, obviously it's his job. He's serious when he's coaching and you know, wants to do the best he can for the guys. So
I could tell he was a gamer and he was very competitive. He reminded me
super competitive.
Like Adam Keefe, right? Like just a gamer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But I think he's obviously going to put the gear back on for tomorrow night. So I think he'll have fun out there.
Yeah, I'd like to get to know you and coerce you into my shed, just like all these other guys. It's like a shed recruiting trip.
Yeah, right? It is. Yeah.
And his son, Cade, is going to be playing. I watched him play with you for Team GB.
Yeah.
He's a player, eh?
Yeah, he really shone this year at the World Championships. I'd never played with Cade until this World Championships. when Corey moved to Nottingham, Cade and Logan were 2 and 5, you know.
So
and
you
next
met
thing,
him
next
then,
thing you
and now
know,
you're playing with
I'm
him.
on the same team as him. You know what I mean? And he had a great world championship. He's I think he's signed to Anchorage.
Oh, he's going to university.
University, yeah. Or the University of Alaska, maybe.
Yeah. No, there's Fairbanks or Anchorage. So it'll be
right, one of them, yeah. But like you say, he had an unbelievable world championship. So
yeah, he's a player. Yeah, I was a big fan of that. So you already said Deuce is coming. Okay, Lacko. I was a big fan of him too, little small skilled guy, but he doesn't play there anymore. Right?
No, he is in Guildford now. I don't know if he's back in Guildford next year yet, but he played there last year. And again, Lacko's been one of my good friends in hockey for a long time. And you know, me and him played loads together in Nottingham, and fortunately won loads of trophies together. We've had a blast, and yeah, so he's coming down, and then next week me and him go to Madrid for a couple of days. So
right, he's going with you.
Yeah, me, him, Nairi, Megan, and then a couple of other people from Nottingham who you wouldn't know. But
you're probably gonna have a pretty good time then.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay.
I'm looking forward to getting back in the shed after this, seeing the kids and wife and all that, you know. But it's gonna be a fun trip. So thank you for the invite again. I saw Richie's on the Nottingham team too. What's this all about?
Well, I played with Richie, like I said, in Nottingham.
I don't want to see Richie in a Nottingham jersey tomorrow. Not
ago.
gonna feel right. Don't do it.
In Cardiff, of course, and you know, Richie's played 100 games now for the national team, of which I've been there for every one of them. So. Yeah.
And that's another thing, I brought it up before, but Jono did it for you. We've brought it up before. He gave you the C for your 100th game. He did the same thing for Richie, right?
Yeah, he did.
It's pretty cool when I'm watching TSN and my buddies are wearing the C for Team GB, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, Jono didn't have to do that, but that's what I suppose, that's what a captain's about, is, you know, it's not about him, it's about the team. And he knows that was a special moment for Richie, and it was a special moment for me, and to wear the C. I know it's only a little thing, but it does actually mean something.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah. It's huge. Yeah, being appreciated and your teammates doing that. I would say that's probably why Team GB has the success they've had, is a leader like that, and also the Sheffield Steelers.
Yeah. I mean,
looking forward to seeing your toes tomorrow. Heard a lot about them. Okay, Team GB. Pete Russell is a goalie.
Pete Russell was a goalie. He is now a coach.
Is he going to play goalie?
He's not playing goalie, but he will be there. He can't play, unfortunately, but he is going to be there. So
okay, I was hoping he was going to play. I wanted to bury on him.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's coaching the DL.
Yeah, he's in the DL. I forget which team now, but this summer he signed the DL. So he's
that's impressive. Way to go.
Yeah, amazing.
Hopefully he'll come to the shed and talk to me.
Sure
Murdy.
I don't know if you'll understand him.
Why? Where's he from?
Scotland. He's got a pretty good
Scottish.
accent.
They're the worst accents to understand. So Murdy, he's on almost every team too, eh?
Yeah, obviously.
I think he's on my team.
Not in Nottingham, but yeah, he's on your team, and he's on the GB team. Again, what a great guy Mertz is. You know, I know he's transitioned out of hockey now into equipment management. He's clashed with it, to be honest. The boys love him.
The boys love him. Having an equipment manager that the boys love and makes the environment around the rink what it is, right?
Yeah, way better. You know, like the same in Nottingham with Goody and Mitch. You know, part of it, lucky to have Mertz
and like Dees, right?
Yeah, Dees. Well, Dees was wild when he was here.
Spray paint me naked, Dees.
It'd be interesting to see what Dees is like in Austria, but
and I know Dees is just gonna be begging to spray paint me tomorrow. Well, you're not, Dees, because I'm playing hockey tomorrow. I'm not doing the pregame speech. I'm actually playing again, which I would have always rather done, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, other guy, big fish to try and get in the shed here, Dowdy.
Yeah,
he's gonna have a testimonial too.
He's got one coming up next season as well, yeah, which is awesome for Dowdy. He's, like I said, this is probably his 10th year in Sheffield. He's been huge for the Steelers. I think he's their leading. Well, actually, I know he's their leading goal scorer.
He just passed shed guy Jeff Legui.
Jeff Leggy. Yeah, so it's awesome to have Dowdy. And again, you know, Dowdy's played 70 odd games for the national team, and I played, you know, in all of those games with him. So yeah, it's clashed that all these boys are giving up their weekend to come down and play.
Well, folks, so all these fans that buy tickets all season long, if you've heard all these names that are coming out of our mouths, think about buying a ticket and being there tomorrow. Makes sense, doesn't it? Next guy, my son's favorite player and Evan's favorite player who came to the shed to meet my under 11s, Sam Duggan.
Dougie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great guy, eh?
Awesome guy. Yeah.
So he's on my team and Team GB.
Yeah. Again, played with him in both organizations, and yeah, like you say, he's an awesome guy. He's arranged our party in the on the Saturday night for us. So thank you, Dougie, for that.
I'll have to ask him if I'm wearing my fancy shoes or my fast shoes. I only own 2 pairs. So
have you still got those same square-toed black shoes?
no, I gave those. Yeah, I knew you liked those.
They needed to go in the bin.
They used to be my father's. Yeah, I'll find out though. So then tonight we're also going to get together with whoever's in town tonight, right?
We got a few guys in town tonight. Whoever's there, we're gonna have a few drinks, have a catch up, and start the weekend as
somewhat excited.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, I think after this, I'm going to try and catch up with Piglet, Todd, and Deese and Hendo. Meet Hendo's kids.
Meet them all.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Cool.
So anyways, what goes on in a testimonial game? For the North American fans, which there's not that many compared to what we got over here, what goes on in a testimonial game?
Well, traditionally, like we said, we have the current, say, Cardiff Devils team, which we don't have this time, but you have the current Cardiff Devils team, and then the player who has the testimonial, let's say Richie brought in all of his, friends and players he played with over the years, and then they play a game,
right. Against the current team.
I wanted to do something a little bit different. Steve Lee did this, I think, in Nottingham. We're going to have the 4 teams, like you just said, and we're going to do a little round robin tournament and a winner takes all final for the cup we made the other day. So just I don't want it to be testimonial. You've never been part of testimonial?
Well, I was part of a retirement game in Germany where I was on Dirk Robel's team, Shed Guy. And it was against my team that I was playing for, the current team, but I was on the other one.
So similar to that then, but it can be a bit slow and a bit boring because it's like guys who haven't played for a long time. But now, because we got lots of players who have played recently and mixed in with some guys who have not played so recently, but I think we're going to have a bit more of a upbeat, actual hockey game tournament.
Well, realistically, you see a trophy and you get guys in different jerseys.
Well, like Deuce said to me yesterday when he called, he's like, last time I played in Lacrosse Testimony, I played like 7 minutes. I want to play more minutes. I'm glad we got so many games. So I think, like we said earlier, I think there's lots of guys who are excited. I hope the hockey's going to be good hockey. I'm going to ask the boys to make sure, they play properly, and then we'll enjoy the beers afterwards.
Well, I think that's the only way to do it, especially when there's going to be this many fans paying money to watch us play, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm bringing my A game. Okay, so then... I guess you're playing with Nottingham now, and it's the summer, so that's how it's not like a normal game, right?
Well, that's the other thing. It's not normal. I was always going to do it in the summer anyway, just because I think, sometimes during the season it's pretty hectic. You've got midweek games, and the boys can't really let their hair down because we might have a game on a Tuesday and have to play an actual game on the Wednesday. So
handcuffs would be on.
Yeah. So now everybody can come. They can just relax, enjoy themselves, have a few beers, really. Enjoy the company of all the players, because lots of these guys are also friends from many years and they haven't seen each other. So it's going to be great for not just me, but everybody. And then all the fans who are coming, they supported all of these players through the years and they haven't seen them for ages too. So they're going to get the opportunity to, say hello again.
It's like a reunion, right?
That's exactly what it is. And that's what's great about it.
So the ticket sales, the Devils covering that? Is it automated nowadays?
The tickets are for sale on the Devils website. That's where most people bought tickets. You can walk up and buy tickets on the night, but at the moment everybody's just buying through the Devils website.
That just brings back the memory. It was in the Todd Kelman episode when I was injured and couldn't play anymore. Helped him sell tickets when the new arena before the automated system happened, so people had to call in for tickets.
And you were on the phones?
Oh yeah. Then I didn't realize that there were like flex tickets, there was concessions, I was just selling tickets.
That's unbelievable.
I guess it's automated.
I sold Chuck-a-Puck tickets when you were in the blue tent when I was injured. But that's a different level, actually selling game tickets.
Yeah, and then when you realize you're like sold like 50 tickets and you weren't paying attention to what ticket they bought. I just had like the block, which I'm really excited to see all the fans that are coming too, because obviously I've been doing this now for quite some time, and I've never seen any of them.
So you've been stuck in your shed for 2 years.
Right. It's really weird. I didn't realize how many people were in the world anymore, folks. Toronto, way too many people. Way too many people. Too much traffic. I'm more comfortable in my shed, but I also feel at home here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you've just been napping on the sofa.
Yeah, and I had the leftover chili that you made last night, which was wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah. So the night's finally here. You've been waiting 2.5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, right around the corner now.
Okay. And you even have 2 shed guys being the refs tomorrow, or they're coming out?
Yeah.
Rosie and Dean?
Rosie and Dean are going to help us out with the officiating, yeah.
So at least we know the reffing will be subpar tomorrow.
It's always good to know where we start, eh?
Yeah. And the other guy you got coming is the badly drawn guy, eh?
Yeah, the badly drawn EIHL guy, yeah.
Do we know his real name, or is it like a
Actually,
secret?
I don't. He's like Banksy. Do you know who Banksy is?
No.
Banksy is like an artist in, I think he's Bristol based, but he goes around and completes these buildings, and he's unbelievable. And he does other drawings, but nobody knows who he is. Nobody knows who he is. Banksy.
All right.
Yeah, but
this
anyway,
is badly
so
drawn guy.
Badly drawn is coming. He's setting up a little stand, and he's going to be drawing some of the guys. And yeah, so he's coming down, which is great.
I'm just curious how fast he can rip out these drawings, because
I asked
like
him the same
they're badly drawn, but they're actually good.
Yeah. He says he can do them in sort of 15 minutes. Yeah.
1 in 15 minutes.
Yeah, 1 every 15 minutes. So I think he's done a bunch prior to coming down, and then he'll do some on the night as well.
Right.
So yeah, fans get down, see him. I think we're gonna have a table set up for him just outside the bar area there. So if you want a badly drawn picture, Saturday night's your night to go on.
And the other thing that's going to be going on then is, after my team, the New Wave Devils, run amok and lift the trophy, there'll be jersey auctions upstairs, and have a couple beers with the players.
Yeah, absolutely. Todd's going to run a jersey auction for us afterwards with the jerseys you wear on the night, and then obviously all the boys are up there. We'll have a chat with all the people who have come to support, and have some beers, have some fun, and yeah. And
that was my favorite part of one of the favorite parts of being a Devil, was being in the bar after the games and shooting the shit with the fans.
Yeah,
right?
it's going to be nice. It's something, it's something that not many teams do it actually. In Nottingham, we don't really
get out there with the fans.
We do, but not after a game,
At a function,
the function. Whereas obviously with the Devils, you and it's always been that way. Even in when the rink was in town, players go up, they have a beer with the fans after the game and have a mingle, and it's a really nice way to interact and get to know the fans, and the fans get to know the players.
Well, and that's the only way I ended up getting listeners, or I guess a Wally night, right? Was because I knew fans, and they were asking, right? And if you don't get to know your fans, then it's going to be kind of hard for them to like you, right?
That's right there. It's true though.
But so there'll be jersey auctions live there, but there's also going to be an online thing. So where would people find that? Or are we talking about that after the game?
Yeah, let's talk about.
Don't even talk about it. Be at the game, then you'll find out. Right?
Absolutely.
So after GB, that was a long tournament, a long season. That last game sucked. That went off a bad bounce. Rebound goes off your own player in the net. That sucks. That's hockey though. Yeah, bullshit. Right?
That's hockey. Yeah.
But you're rested up now?
Yeah. I've since then I've taken 4 weeks off, and I'll get training probably next week now. Ready for next season. We got about 8 weeks, I think, until camp opens. Probably 10 weeks till the season starts. But yeah, I mean, the World Championship is always awesome fun. And disappointing this year that we didn't get the job done that we wanted to do. And it's crazy because we actually probably competed more than we've ever competed this year, and against everybody, and didn't get over the line. But like you said, that's hockey, and next year we'll bounce back. We go down to the group below, and that's a challenging group. But our goal is to come right back up, and I think we have to prepare like we're going to be one of the teams to beat, and but we want to be. We've always been better being the underdogs, and I think we need to continue to have that mentality that okay, people don't think much about us, but we're going to go out there, we're going to show that we can.
When you
actually
go
play.
back down, you got to start thinking of yourselves as the underdogs still.
Yeah,
right?
at the underdog still, yeah, and I think that way we'll thrive better, and hopefully, like you say, we can get the job done and get back up to the pool A.
Well, yeah, like, and that's a lot of hockey after your full EAHL season and then that full tournament, which you guys played. I couldn't believe because they were on whatever time, my time. I couldn't believe how many games you guys were playing. It was like 7 and 10 days or something.
It was, we played, including the exhibition games, I think it was something like 11 games in 25 nights or 11 games in 22 nights, something like that, plus practices every day.
Right. And I'm not a coach. I wasn't a coach. I thought the coach did a great job. But like that last game, I did watch it. There were a few guys I have seen play and they just looked a bit tired.
Yeah, a few people said that to me, that we looked tired, but I really don't think that was the, I think we had the juice. I just think we lost our ball a little bit, kind of like we did against Latvia. I think we were 3-1 up against Latvia and lost the, John said in his speech around the net, we've got to be brave to go out and win the hockey game. And
that was a great speech, John.
Yeah,
great speech.
Yeah.
I was pumped.
Yeah. So, and I think by that, what we mean is don't be afraid to lose the hockey game. And we were winning both of those games and we were convincingly beating Austria. We were managing the play. And then all of a sudden we come out in the third knowing full well Cripes were so close to staying up again. And we just lost our ball, I think, a little bit. And that was disappointing. All the boys were disappointed with that because we had it. We weren't the better team. They won, but we could have been the better team in that 20 minutes and we just didn't show it, which is disappointing. But look,
yeah,
you know what they say, that'll happen.
Yeah. And the thing I get about his speech of being brave is when you are the underdogs and you're playing the big dogs, it's like I've talked about going to the AHL, not feeling like you belong. You don't make the plays you can make. You don't try and make that play to score a goal. You just make the safe plays because you're just trying to stay in it, right? Yeah. Instead of actually trying to make that play to score the goal to win it, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And then when I saw that Cade Nielsen go in and score to put you guys up, I think it was 2, right?
You put us up by 2. Put us up 3-1.
When I saw him score that goal, though, the way he went in with like his young confidence, the kid's a player and a gamer, and he went in and just buried that, right?
Yeah, I know, absolutely. And you can say, like, for me, I had that breakaway. If I score that breakaway, it's 4-0, I think, or 4-1. I think it's a different ball game.
But that's what happens in every hockey game, right?
Yeah,
and over the years, you forget about the almost and maybes, and you just remember
what happened.
Yeah.
Very good stuff.
But anyways, okay. Tomorrow, you mentioned something about Todd's going to have a mic.
Yeah, Todd's going to be doing the announcing like he does on a Devil's Night. And hopefully we're going to get you hooked up with a mic down by the bench so you can
chat with some
boys.
Coerce them into my shed for when I get back too.
Yeah. And just make it something which is just different from the normal hockey night of just watching the game and, like I say, interact with the boys, interact with Todd, interact with the fans. And
well, the one thing I want to do tomorrow, Dougie, Sam, we got to call your biggest fans. We got to call Evan, FaceTime him, show him that I'm actually with you because you are his favorite player. And when we talk about talking to fans, but players can do a lot for kids, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think for me, that's going to be one of the things I miss when I do finish playing is like you do such a little thing, have a picture with a kid or give them knuckles through the glass.
Dougie
sent
Evan a birthday message and
it makes his day.
Well, not just his day,
Yeah. It's amazing. And it's a really cool part of being in professional sports.
And I would say British ice hockey. That shit doesn't happen as much in other leagues.
No?
Not this much.
No.
I think the Devils also really took it to another level a lot while I was here. I don't know. That's what I noticed.
Yeah, well, like we were talking about the interaction up in the bar after the game, and I know it's only a 30 minutes thing, but it really goes a long way.
It really does.
Yeah, it goes a long way.
Doing something very small for a kid could make them a lifetime fan of the team and you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And essentially, I know it's about winning, but it's also about entertainment and the pleasure you give to other people, regardless of the end result. So, you know, you could lose a hockey game, but you could do something so simple like have a picture, sign a jersey, give a stick away,
Throw a puck over.
And it just makes people's day. And
It
it's
does,
awesome.
Yeah. Okay. We're about done here almost, folks, because it's a busy weekend, busy trip. But any trips planned sorry, not the camper van, Betty.
And Bettie, yeah.
This gal's name's Betty, folks. We don't know why.
We don't have anything planned, but we will definitely take it on the road. We'll probably hit West Wales soon. Actually, we got a trip planned with James Manson, who's playing, Jason Stone and Jonathan Phillips. They're going camping down west in a month's time. We're going to hopefully hit up that trip and take the van down there.
And Jason Stone, I was at his jersey retirement game, right?
Yeah, Stoney. Yeah. Oh, you were playing then.
Yeah. We retired number 10, which was the number I asked for, and that's how I ended up with 18.
Seriously?
Yeah. So anyways, the last thing I got is
I don't think you'd suit 18.
I was 10, but 18 were like, that was Bietigheim, and that was kind of my best years.
18 suits.
Yeah, it did feel right.
Yeah.
Now Zoe wears her Walton 18 2Ls shirt to school all the time. Warms my heart. But what else? There was something else I was going to say before I went to that. Oh, so my family, like, I did come by myself this time. Our next trip, what I want is the whole family to come see a real Devils game. Do it while my kids are young enough that they still think their dad's cool, you know?
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Last thing though is you and Piglet. I said it in the first ever episode of Piglet. Is that you guys, when you were hockey players, you guys showed me when I was a hockey player, showed me how to use every minute of the day. You guys weren't just hockey players. You had full-time jobs. You were very impressive at hockey and your full-time jobs. And I took that with me the rest of my life, right?
Yeah.
And now I do my job. I parent, and I try to hit the shed as much as I can. I try to use every minute of the day.
Yeah.
And it was because of you two assholes.
Yeah, no, it's not very often that happens. But yeah, we had to. Me and Pigs had to do that. Pigs work his job, I work my job. We both played hockey and, thoroughly enjoyed doing both. And yeah, it gets a bit hectic, but at the end of the day, it is rewarding and it's enjoyable too, you know. You enjoy going into the shed. I enjoyed going to my building job. Pigs enjoyed going to
it changes you,
his
right?
job. It does, yeah. And it's essentially we all need something to go to after hockey. You know, we're not making millions of pounds, so I wish we were in the show. But even show guys, they need something to go to after hockey. You know,
I find I have a really hard time being bored now. And the shed is what keeps me from not being bored.
It's amazing actually, because now the more active you are, if you have 20 minutes of doing nothing, you're like, well, what am I doing? I got to do something.
That's where I'm at now.
So
you should have seen me before that season in Cardiff, folks.
That's why I started learning French. So you got to start learning language.
Ich kann sprechen ein bisschen Deutsch.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So they are. Allemand. Allemand, German.
Alamar?
Allemand.
Alaman. That's French for Germany.
Oui.
Deutsch.
Huh?
Deutsch.
Oui.
But yeah, that's about all I got, folks. Is I can't thank you enough for the invitation that you're bringing me over here to celebrate your day. It means the world to me. So I can't wait.
Yeah.
Be there or be square, folks. Right?
Yeah.
And this has been another episode and the first ever in person in Bettie. And and this has been another episode with Mizey and Wally. Ta-da!